For the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Nigeria has been having challenges that are beckoning and waiting for answers and solutions. That is why we are bringing to you our program, State of the Nation. And this is going to come up on our flagship program this morning on ITV. I am hereby inviting you to join me, Bola Bakare, your host, on State of the Nation, so that we can hasten the motions that brings national development. It's going to be a regular basis on Tuesdays. Make it a date with me. I'll be there waiting for you, and then we shall discuss Nigeria on an holistic level. Welcome back to our lofty program, State of the Nation, where we hasten the motions for national development. And when it comes to national development, you're part of it too. Little wonder our topic this morning dwells on national development. And when we're looking about that element of national development, we are going to delve into all the parameters that affect national development, be it positive, be it negative. I am a positive thinker, but at the same time, I do not delude myself. There is need for us to look at all the aspects that are negative so that we can fashion solutions to them. And with me in the studio is none other than Barrister Sonny Ayahu. He is my brother. He is a subtle activist. But what I can tell you this morning is you are going to enjoy him because he is going to give it to us as is. He doesn't mince words. He says it as is. Little wonder he is a lawyer. My brother, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, man.
All right. Like I said in my opening, my brother, we're talking about national development. And when we talk about national development, there are loads and loads of parameters that makes up that equation of national development. But this morning, we want to really talk about that element of corruption. Where has corruption getting us to? What are we going to do to mitigate corruption? Honestly, you know, and like I know, corruption does not necessarily mean monetary. It can be moral corruption. It can be all forms of corruption. But I would like you to start from this angle. As a nation, are we developing?
Well, thank you very much, Doug. Well, as a nation, just like you said, you're a positive thinker. I'm equally a positive thinker.
Yeah, that's good too.
As a nation, we are developing.
Of course.
But our problem is that the speed of our development is where we are getting wrong.
Okay.
We are developing as a nation. Nigeria is a developing nation. But by the time you now join all the indices of national development, you now know that we are not yet there.
Of course.
However, since the topic is specifically on corruption, corruption in this country is so alarming, which me and you knows. So alarming that every aspect of life, go to the hospital, corruption, go to the market, corruption, go to any offices, corruption. Everywhere there's corruption. So now the question now is, this is not a laughing matter.
It's not.
It's not a laughing matter. It's a serious matter because it has dealt and has killed this nation.
Of course.
Has killed this nation.
Now that we've agreed that we are going to talk about corruption this morning, let's talk about corruption as a word does not corrupt itself. It takes human beings to be corrupt. So where do we start apportioning the blame of corruption? Is it from top to bottom or bottom tops?
Well, we start apportioning the corruption from top to bottom.
Good.
Because
what has the government done
now
to show corruption, and what are we going to do to counter that corruption?
The government has not done anything much in terms of corruption. They are not serious in the fight. Okay. I'll give you an example.
Go ahead.
And when some governors were convicted, recently we heard that they were been given presidential pardon. What is the meaning of presidential pardon? Are you now asking them, okay, you are since those who now killed their states, killed the economy of this country,
looted the treasury of their state.
In other country like China, I don't think they will be alive.
No, they will be dead.
Very good. Now they will allow them to go and go back to the society. All the property they have, you now give it back to them. Are we fighting corruption? That's no fight. That's not. To me, that's not a fight.
That's not a fight against corruption.
You remember what EFCC chairman came up? EFCC was so, they were so unhappy. They came up and said, all the efforts we now put
to make sure these people are incarcerated, convicted.
Now, only for we to know, just took off an eye, presidential pardon, and the people are back. Some of them are even back to the Senate. You know the one that, I don't want to start calling names, but somebody is now back to the Senate making noise.
After being sentenced.
After being sentenced. What are we saying? So we are not there. Now, when the top is not corrupt, the bottom cannot be corrupt. The thing start from up. So what is happening in Nigeria is the corruption is from the up. Because the rivers from the up flows down. So if the rivers is bad, had been issue from the beginning, you have bad water at the down at the bottom.
Of course, yes.
So that's the problem with Nigeria now.
Okay. Now we've been able to talk about, you said our best bet is to top to bottom.
Yes.
The top has already corrupted the system by what you've said to us. And then, like you rightly said that, there are some governors that were sentenced. They were already living in the prison. And overnight, they were pardoned. What kind of lesson are we teaching our kids? Are we teaching Nigerians? Are we teaching those below the line? What kind of lessons are we teaching them if we begin to do this?
Well, we are not imparting anything good to our future generation, our children. Because everything we do today is documented. This program we are doing today is documented. The next 10 years, 20 years, 100 years,
somebody will play it back.
Somebody can play it back. This is what this man said. This is what doctor said. This is what happened. So we are not teaching them anything. We are not teaching our children. My children will not grow up that if I steal money, at the end of the day, I will be given a presidential pardon. I will come back to the society. So we are not teaching our children anything. We are rather destroying the future of our children. That's what it means.
What do you think? Because I believe in one thing. Like you said, that you are a positive thinker too. We've been able to identify that, okay, we are very, very corrupt people.
Very, very.
That is the problem. What do you see as solutions to it? Because there is nothing on earth that doesn't have a solution. Yeah. What do you think can be the solution to Nigeria's case?
Well, the solution to it is that, well, for me, the solution I'm going to provide now may not be with this government because the present government has lost it. That's the truth, has lost it about corruption. They cannot do anything. They have how many months to go? Few other 7 or 8 months to go. They cannot do anything. And they have said it, they can't do anything. Our security, they can't do something about security. Schools are forced to close, the shutdown. And even in Abuja, I'm surprised. That today, and I said, the only way the government is just to manage what they have. Let us be going. If they can keep us be going and let them leave the scene quietly.
What do you advise for the incoming government?
The incoming government, if the incoming government is not corrupt, ab initio from the top, it therefore means they can put up the machinery. Check out the machinery. When you are corrupt, they hit the nail on you immediately. And amend our laws. Our laws. There should be a special tribunal for corrupt politicians or corrupt Nigerians. A special tribunal where most of this technicality will be out. There will be a special tribunal. When you come to that tribunal, you know that, look, either you pray to God to survive it or you are gone. So there should be a special tribunal. But our National Assembly, who is supposed to make this or put this a special tribunal, they will not want it because they are just setting a trap for themselves. Which they will not do.
Is there no way around it? Can't we find a way around it? Can the electorate be more educated so that they can vote out those people? that wouldn't make it work.
My brother, why are we talking about vote? When the rigging is the order of the day.
No,
so
the rigging is getting on a lower
yeah,
basis.
well, the rigging is a little bit, but however, that's why Nigerians are coming up this time around, this 2023 election, that look, we must put the right person there. The right people should go in there. We are tired. Can we continue like this? Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone. Let us don't continue. You should do something. Look, let me tell you, if the present administration headed by General Buhari is serious about corruption, I mean, then they should bring a good people to come and take over from him. Not people now going up and down. It is my turn. It is your turn. I am born to rule. I want to be the president. I want to be there. I want to be there. No. We don't have any idea to govern this country. Buhari should make sure that that's the only thing he will leave to Nigerian. Put at least somebody, a manageable somebody to head this country. Yes, that's those who are begging him. We're not saying that he can. There's nothing Buhari can do again. Nothing. Buhari cannot do anything again. Nothing. So when people say Ada is not the one, is the one, is immaterial, but however, I know that this present government cannot do anything again. So the best thing is for them to, if they can keep us, at least let the ball be rolling and let them quietly leave the scene. We are tired.
Okay. But at the same time, if we are looking at the incoming government, we don't know who is coming until the electorate decides.
We don't know.
The electorate decides who is going to come. And you've said it is an incoming government that you can profile solutions to. That they should be upstanding. If they are not corrupt at the top, corruption will not trickle down.
Yes.
But the problem, you know it, I know it, is how do we find the right people? How do we find the right people? Because corruption is the bane. Fine. You were saying the next man is the one that can effect a change. Where and how do we find the people without the element of corruption infusing itself? Bearing in mind what happened during the party primaries, when some delegates became automatic millionaires. All the delegates became automatic millionaires.
Start buying cars and land.
And land everywhere. So if that is the basis for 2023, are you envisaging a change in the people that are coming, people that did that?
Well, the 2023 foundation have been issued. We started wrongly. We saw dollars changing hands, no more naira. Dollars changing hands. Those who cannot afford 3 square meters started pricing land in Abuja, Lagos, Kaduna, Enugu, and the rest. But there's no sense in this war. But those who have presented themselves to us, we have, and they have been talking to Nigerians. Well, Nigerians are human beings, intelligent people. From those people who are talking to us, we have been able to say, okay, I think this person has something upstairs. I think this person has something upstairs. I think this one does not have. We've been able to know. So if the present administration will allow Nigerian votes to count this time around, Nigerians know who they will now elect as their president or leader. We all know. But it's just like the atmosphere, it's not conducive. The government is not allowing a level playing ground. You can see what happened in the primaries. When one of the presidential candidates said, "Look, I don't have such kind of money. I don't have such kind of money to spend dollars." He left a particular party to another party.
Where will not spend the money?
Where will not say, "Okay, I want to present myself. If you like, vote for me. If you like, don't vote for me. I will still go home."
Of course.
If you vote for me, I will serve you and go home. If you don't vote for me, I will still present myself and go home. That is a leader, at least in a nutshell. That is somebody can call it.
At least in context.
Yes, it's okay. This person is okay. We are not saying the person is corrupt. I'm not holding. I'm not a politician. I'm not holding for anybody. But what happened in the primaries shows that look, we're not yet there. How can millions, dollars, thousands of dollars, run to millions, were being spread everywhere in the hotel. Go there with please take this one, bring this one. Bring. Why? And we call ourselves a nation that we're still. Remember, we're owing. We're owing.
And then we're disbursing funds like it's going out of fashion.
Then those people will borrow money for how they look at us. They should how do they look at us? I want to tell them we are poor again. We are rich. We could not collect this money from those people, disbursing this for sale, bring this money, squeeze the blood out of them, bring the money out, use this money and pay our debts.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because as a barrister, you know the law. You can quote the law, you can defend the law. What happens if Nigeria picks you as our fighter against corruption? What are the parameters you will bring to the table? What are the ways within which you will fight it?
Well if by paraventure, I know it's not going to be possible, but then if paraventure...
Why is it not possible?
where do I have the...
The man we have at EFCC is your junior colleague. He's even a lot... He's younger than you in age. He's younger than you in everything, in your profession. And he's there.
He has a godfather.
Who says you don't?
Okay. Let's... if I'm today, I'm become the president of Nigeria.
If you're given that job...
Opportunity, okay. If
to say fight corruption.
Okay.
Vis-a-vis like maybe EFCC or ICPC. What are the parameters you bring to the table as a lawyer?
First of all, I will amend our laws.
That's
when I amend our laws, that our laws will now be stiff on those who are corrupt.
Okay.
When our laws are stiff, secondly, I will put a special court for corrupt Nigerians. If you are in government or in private sector, because you can be in private sector and you're still corrupt.
Yes.
Then again, corruption is not only by giving money, remember,
of course,
or taking money. No. When you don't do what you're supposed to do is corruption.
You are morally corrupt.
Yes. When you feel that I am from Enugu State and everybody who works here must come from Enugu State, I'm corrupt.
Of course.
So I should be punished immediately. So if I prevent the president, these are the machinery I will set up by making sure that our laws are up to date. Not with the technicality, because you see, as a lawyer, it is very hard to successfully prosecute a criminal matter. At any stage, a lawyer puts a motion and go appeal against that motion to Supreme Court. By the time the thing comes back, when the Supreme Court says, okay, go back, and then the matter be continued in that court, either that person is dead, or is old, or you don't know anywhere about, or the evidence against him, all of them have been destroyed.
How do we mitigate that?
The only way is to when the leaders stand up for corruption, the followers will stand up too. Let the leader stand up for corruption. Say, look, I am not going to take it. And you see somebody who is close to you or who is from your place being punished for corruption. Everybody will sit up. Everybody will sit up. The accountant general is being tried, though he's in court now. At the end of the day, what will happen? At the end of the day, nothing will happen.
Don't let's preempt the courts.
I'm not preempting the court as a lawyer, but I know as a Nigerian not to happen. Even if he's convicted today, he'll be given a presidential pardon before this government leaves.
Are you sure of that?
I am very sure, my brother.
Because you've seen presidents before.
Of course, they will still follow that precedent. That people will come. He's from somewhere. Who will come and meet the president? You know, this man is this, the other man is that, this one is that. They will give him a presidential pardon.
How do we? Like you rightly said, that it is not just by exchanging money that is corruption. There is that element of moral corruption. How do we attend to that element of moral corruption? Because this time around, we're not talking about courts, we're talking about the human being himself.
Yes.
How do we go about that element of moral corruption?
Now, to go about it is very simple. Look, when you know you are to do the right thing and you are doing the right thing. For example, now you are heading this place, ITV here, and you say that everybody who works here must come from your village. That's moral corruption.
Of course.
If you now said, okay, ITV, okay, let me go to this state and bring one here, bring one here, then people will now know that there's a federal character balance. But the situation where I feel that these particular people did not vote for me, so for that I will not give them anything. I will not give them any infrastructure. I will not give them. Then the people now will say, wake up, and that is what is causing the agitation we are hearing today. Without, he did not vote for me. He gave me 5%. He gave me 90%. He gave me 100%. You wouldn't have had this agitation. So this moral corruption will start from the way we approach governance. And we will see governance as a call to service. We've been called to come and do a national service. And at the end of the day, we will now finish and go away. Just like P2B will say, when I finish, I will go to my house.
Of course, you have to go back to your
yes,
go back to your house.
Of course. But not when you finish, you remain in Abuja. It's different. I'm not saying that you cannot be in Abuja. When you going back to your house is different from you remain in Abuja. To come and see what is happening, put finger here, put finger here, put finger here. Let me tell you, I expected much from President Muhammad Buhari, but he disappointed Nigerians. Sorry to say that.
How?
In all ramifications, he has disappointed this country, both in terms of corruption, in terms of security, in terms of education, in terms of anything you can think of our national development. This president has disappointed this country.
But you said earlier that when it comes to national development, we are not doing badly because we are a developing nation. Does that go against what you've just said?
No, it does not go. When we are developing, everything must be developed. You can see you see it developing. I will not say Nigeria is developed. We are still developing. We are still developing. Therefore, those people manning the affairs of this country must see it to be developing on daily basis. But instead of Nigeria developing on daily basis, Nigeria is sinking down on daily basis, which me and you and I knows that Nigeria is sinking down. So we're not developing. We were supposed to be developing.
That's a tough call. That's a tough call that, okay, it is agreed that Nigeria is a developing nation. And by what you've said, we are not developing in a way that you envisage.
Yes.
And that is because, as a people, corruption is with us. It is the bane of the situation on ground.
Major
bane. And to you, our viewers back at home, there is, from what we've said and what you've learned, the element of corruption is not on one person. Like the barrister said to us, it is totally in our system, from top to bottom. So when it's time for us to lay complaint, we should start with ourselves first. Am I corrupt in my dealings? Am I corrupt where I am? Because it is not everything that is monetary. It is not all corruption that is monetary. If you have a job to do, if you are a civil servant, and you're supposed to work from 8 a.m. to 3:30, and you're getting to the office at 11:30, and then by 2 o'clock you find one excuse and you are gone. And at the end of the month, you are expecting that your account should be credited. You are a corrupt person. You're part of that corruption. The funny thing is, I would like to remind you today, there is a balance in my place. If you steal a penny, you're a thief. If you steal 1 million, you're a thief. But the thing is, the moral corruption and the monetary corruption, we've infused the two. That is why most Nigerians will say, let him be there. Let him eat his own. When I get there, I will eat my own and walk away. Yes. Are we going to effect a change if we are doing that? The answer is one big capital no. We are all in this together. National development is not a singular development. Like Barrister said, I don't want to give a solution based on this incumbent government. I will only prefer solutions for what the incoming government will do. Whatever the government is, it is people that are going to run the government. It is people like you that are going to run the government. It is people like us that will run the government. How much of a Nigerian do you want to be? How much of a patriot do you want to be? Where is your will to serve the people? If you can't serve the people, you might as well sit down at home. My brother, for your closing remarks, I want you to advise the government, because a few things that do happen. You said something earlier that this program we are having is being recorded. Somebody can just come up 10 years after now and play it back. So I would like you to talk to government, advise the government, advise the people, advise us, advise our children. I want you to go for all those three categories.
Yeah, I will first of all start with my children. Thank God I have children by the grace of God.
Oh yes,
Yes. If they listen to me, I will plead with them not to emulate what this government is doing, or what I, as their father, is doing, because just like you said, corruption is not only from the government, from individual.
Of course.
When you are not doing the right thing, you are equally corrupt.
You are morally corrupt.
So I will not to emulate me, but they emulate the good ones I've done. But however,
I like that.
Yes,
you are not exonerating yourself.
Yes,
you are not a saint.
Yes, I'm not a saint. Nobody is a saint in
Of
Nigeria. So, but to the government, the present government, they have failed, and they should please apologize to the nation. The president can come on air, or his lieutenant to come on air and say, we are sorry to Nigerians. They have failed. There's nothing they can do. Now, it's just like telling a woman in the labor room, please dress, let's just go to church, and the woman is in the labor room. It's not possible for the president. So the administration has failed. And what
are your parameters for saying that administration have failed?
They have failed. My brother, when you leave your house, are you sure that you're coming back to your house? The answer is no. Security is the major. No, but listen, before Nigerians will say, these politicians promise to give us good road, promise to give us water, promise to do this, promise to do that. No. Politicians now come and they say, I will give you security. I will make sure that when you go to the market, you come back. That's what we are begging the government of the day. Give us security. In terms of corruption, the government of the day has failed in terms of corruption. The government, even the operators are themselves corrupt. The operators, that's why I say, when the top is not corrupt, it will trickle down. The down can never be corrupt, because when it is corrupt, when the top say, look, we are ready to do business, they will now hit the hammer on anybody that has messed up. But when the government of the day is corrupt, you hear, if I start telling stories, government of the day, this one say, I spend this, I spend that, I spend this to cut grass, and nothing, the same people are back. We are hearing their voices in one political party or the other. And tomorrow, is any hope? I don't have any hope in this government in terms of corruption. They have failed.
So all your hope now is you are praying for the next
new government. Please, the new government, please come as at least come and bring hope to Nigerians in terms of corruption. For this new government, there's no solution. There's nothing they can do. So even if they attempt to do anything, it will not work. It will not work.
It won't work. Are you saying that because of the short period left, or because the aptitude is not there?
Look, even this 8 months or 9 months is enough for any government to do any change. But they are not willing to do it.
How do you know that?
On daily basis, what do we hear? What do we hear?
But you rightly said now that even that the remaining 6, 7, 8 months is enough to create a change.
It's enough, but if a government is willing to do that, they can do it. As even 3 months is enough to turn around the nation. 3 months. 3 months. But if you have the political will to do it, if you know this man, as if I'm the president of this country now, I know as an Igbo man, I know an Igbo man is corrupt, you hit the hammer on Igbo man. Others will wake up and say,
if you can do that
to this man, to this person, So if I do half of it, I will go down the drain. But if I now say, hey, because it's from my place, okay, you know the father and my own father were good friends. They are cousins. They are doing that. Okay, come this way. You push him by the side. Then what will you do? You will do more.
Because you will feel that nothing is going to happen.
Nothing will happen. So that's exactly what the government of the day is.
Okay.
You mentioned about EFCC chairman. I said it's there because of Godfather. Do we start going by names? But I don't want to call names. He didn't just go there because on merit, or he merited that position. But he went because he has a Godfather and he's there. And let him be there, no problem.
But he's doing a good job.
Which job is he doing?
He's doing a good job.
Good job. I'm a lawyer. I can tell you petitions that go there. When you go to petition, maybe if your wife did not embrace you very well, I'll write a petition to EFCC to come and arrest my wife. He didn't give me a good hug. That's what they are doing there. Land matter, that's what they are doing there. Go there, you see cars. You will see cars. There is no space to park. Because of what? They have invited you to for a land matter. A civil matter, they will not put their searchlight on it. Is that what they're not doing anything? If they are doing something, let them go up from top. Let me see a minister that has been convicted. Let me see a governor. Okay, let's say the governor have a minute now. Let me see a senator that will be convicted and he remain there. Either he remain there, you finish your JTM, or you die there. I don't mind if you die there. If you are corrupt and you are sent to prison and you die there, I don't mind. It will teach others a lesson. It will teach me living a lesson. That if I become a senator today, I should not go and steal people's money and mess up the economy and come back to start shouting. Just like Shomla will say, once you join APC, your sins are forgiven. That statement, is he supposed to say it? And he still paraded himself as former chairman, former this, former that. He has lost it. He has lost my respect.
Thank you very much. Like I told you at ab initio, I said, my barrister, my brother here, is going to give it to us without mincing words. And honestly, whatever he has said this morning is no news to us. You, our viewer back at home, has he said anything that is a news to you? No, there is no news. All he has done is he has been able to lay it across to us that corruption is from all of us. And if we are going to fight it, it is going to come from all of us. All that, for what he said, all we pray for is for our leaders to have that will to govern and govern us well. My brother, time is not on our side. Time is against us. But I would like to say one big thank you for honoring our invite.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much. And to you, our viewers, back